Hi everybody, welcome to the bookshop. This is Shelley. Tonight I'm doing a follow-up to a video I did. It's been over a month and I'm kind of embarrassed that it took me so long to get back to you guys. I did a video about blackberry dyeing, and I just wanted to show at the end of the video, I had dyed a couple things and I said I'd come back and show the results and then also come back with a new color. So quickly, I'm going to do this. I don't want it to be a long video like the last one. But the last thing I showed on the video was I was tie-dyeing something, which I don't know how to do, had never done before, and it didn't work out. As you can see, it's pink. You're supposed to get your fabric wet when you tie-dye, and I did, but I think it was too wet, and it just really diluted the dye. There's a lot of variations here, though, and the color is really pretty. You know, it never looks the same on film as it is in person, but it's a beautiful pink, like dusty rose, with different variations, so I'll certainly be able to do something with it. But then after that, I tried another small piece of fabric. I had a feeling because I'd used so much water, that was the problem, that the fabric was too wet. So I put in a piece of dry fabric into the blackberry juice. And this is what I got. I still didn't get like those fancy tie-dye designs because I don't really know how to do it. But you can see there's a lot of good cool stuff in there, and what I love is the different colors, and especially these blues. Getting blues, which doesn't surprise me because I showed in the blackberry dyeing video a lot of blue on my papers that I did, but I love this. Look at all this blue and the purples and the pinks. So this one came out very cool. Love it. Oops. Love all this dark blue. So this was my second attempt tie-dyeing with blackberry juice, and as you can see, it worked pretty good. So something worth trying, maybe. Something else I dyed, I had been dyeing these little squares of fabric that had the flowers in a different kind of material, and I knew at the fabric store when I first saw it that the flowers probably either wouldn't dye or would dye a different shade of purple. So when I first pulled this out, I had been really excited because it was like a reddish burgundy. But of course, it never dries the same color. And these spots, this is where, when it touches something in the dye areas, it causes it to like pool there and be a different color. And I hung it over a piece of string that had little miniature clothespins, and where the clothespins touched, it left these blue spots. But this, if you remember, this was the original fabric I did, where the background was like a blue and the flowers dyed purple. That was the first fabric that I dyed in the blackberry juice. I love that one. But this is very cool too. I love this color. It's certainly different from this one, which is what I always aim for, variety. That was just a little scrap that turned a lavender color. And then some of the laces. Dark purple lace. This really looks like the blackberry juice. We've got this one that stays almost white, but then the little ribbon that runs through it is purple. I showed some of this before, but I did some crocheted lace, which I hadn't done before, and it is so pretty. Look at that color. So that was the last of the blackberry dyeing. Now, as I talked about before, as you dye fabrics and stuff, it pulls the color out of the blackberry juice and it gets weaker and weaker. So I decided at the end to add some of my Delusions inks. So I split the blackberry juice in half and I added some purple, even though it was already purple, blackberry, and I added some red. Made 2 different batches, and I just thought for fun I got some really pretty pink stuff. Look at these fabrics, where the fabric is pink in the background, and they're a little bit different colors. And then the flowers are purple. Isn't that pretty? And then some different laces that just turned pink. This one was very dark, kind of purple, but with a hint, just a little different shade, not as dark as this purple. It's a brighter color. I thought that was really pretty. All of this stuff is a little brighter than the blackberry colors. I did some little flowers that are pink. So I just wanted to show those. That's my pink purple from the blackberries. And then this stuff is the coolest. I don't even know how I did it, but I got some blues when I mixed the purple. It's kind of hard to tell. But it's blue. It's so pretty. Anyway, and then this was a totally different shade. I put this in. I pulled it out after a few minutes. And a lot of times this lace doesn't dye. But it did. Only the ribbon does. But I guess it was because it was an ink. And then this was my favorite. Look how blue this is. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we're done with that. That's the blackberry stuff. That's the follow-up to the blackberry stuff. Now, I was going to bring a new color, and I did. I actually brought 3, but I'm going to do this real quick. The first one I did was green. Now, this fabric is so light that you can't even tell, especially on film, that it was green. But you can tell this paper is green. This stuff I dyed with spinach, and I have to admit, I think the mistake I made was in the mordant. I had been using salt for blackberry mordants, and with other vegetables and stuff, you're supposed to use vinegar, and I forgot. I just did salt, and I threw my fabric in there, and I do think that may be why the color did not stay. But look at these green papers. This is spinach I used to color these. Aren't these pretty? And I love how they have like the speckles from the little pieces of spinach. So that is the second color. Green from spinach. Now this one I can't really explain. Love, love, love this color, like a peach color. But what it came from is avocado dyeing. And I've done tons of avocado dyeing, and I get the most beautiful dark pink colors every time. Beautiful pinks. The longer I let them sit overnight, the darker pink it is. But this, I used frozen avocados, the skins. I save them and I put them in the freezer and the seeds. And that's the only thing I could think of. And I actually did 2 batches because I wanted to confirm. And both of them did this peach color. So I don't know if it's because the skins were frozen. But every time I do fresh, it's pink. And I'll probably do a 3rd batch of frozen avocados just to see if I get peach again. Because I know some people freeze them and they get pink. But anyway, I did some laces. I had some more of that. This was just some crocheted piece. Look at the dark, how dark that color went. Look at this little doily. It went really dark. I wasn't prepared, so I didn't have enough stuff really to dye. I just scrounged some up because it was kind of more of a test. It had just a little piece of this fabric that I had been using for the purple. Look at that. I think it's so cool. It's almost an orange, a little bit. Yeah. Isn't it pretty though? I mean, I like it. I really like it. It's great for a natural color. I think it'd be really pretty in a nature journal. So anyway, and then the last thing is my standby lace that I do every color. And I love this too. The lace stayed pretty much white, but the little ribbon piece darkened. And this is, it took a little bit of color. You can see it's not white. Anyway, I love that, and I can't explain it. It's avocados that did not turn pink. And the last color is this beautiful, now here it looks very dark gray, but it really is especially this one. This is the lightest, and it's really a kind of, got a little tint of blue in it. Anyway, let's start with this. It's got some splotchiness. I'm not very good at dyeing, I guess, but beautiful. It's a gorgeous color. It's a gorgeous gray. And then I had a little piece of this, that same fabric. See the flowers, the gray color. I did this with black beans. Now, black beans are supposed to dye blue. That's what I was going for. Trying to find something that makes blue. And then here's some of that pretty lace. It kind of has that blue-gray color. And then this one. And then this one, oops. The lace did dye. It didn't stay white, which is very cool. I have hundreds of yards of this, and most of it's white with just a little ribbon changing color. Of course, in the purple, it did both. In the purple, I've got 5 different shades of pink and purple, and somewhere it's just white with this is purple, but I love this. This is going to be fun to use. It's because it's such a different color. I mean, you don't use gray very often, but I love it. I think it turned out great. I didn't do any papers in this, and I didn't think about it in the peach, but I just thought gray would be hard to write on, hard to print on. Wasn't really sure. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to do paper in this color, but I love the fabric. I love this color. I think it was very cool too to be able to use black beans as a natural dye, and it actually worked really well. It dyed really well. So I think, as you could see, everything took really good color. So it was fun too. So this is it. Natural dyeing, your junk journal supplies, whether it's fabrics and lace or papers. I didn't show any this time, but I have a lot of purple paper and a lot of pink from the avocado dyeing. But yeah, I did a lot. I did a whole batch of purple just to do paper for journals, and then the green paper. So you can do your papers in these colors too, not just fabric and lace. Give it a try. It's fun. Okay, everybody. I got a lot more videos coming up. I've been away for a while, but I have several ideas. So I hope you come back and watch. Thank you. Bye.